You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Good morning and welcome to the Experience Pros radio show. Very nice to have you along with us today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business. Hey, guess who's back?
Who's back?
You are.
Where would I go?
You were not, well, we didn't disclose why you were not here yesterday.
I wasn't here yesterday?
You weren't.
I was here.
Were you in spirit?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Welcome back.
What were you thinking?
Nothing?
Did you miss me?
Yes.
Well, I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
It was fantastic. Jack Loudon filled in the second hour.
Jack Loudon from Riviera Finance?
I got to say you don't know Jack so many times. It was awesome.
Awesome, really.
Yeah, well, you know,
really.
it's a favorite line of mine.
You do have your favorite lines, and we all just kind of shake our heads and go, "That's nice, Eric."
Hey, one of
You
our...
don't say that enough.
No, we don't.
That's
clearly,
nice, Eric.
You say that plenty enough.
No, I think I need to say that's nice, Eric, a lot more often.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you have one of your favorite phrases, I'm going to banner it with mine.
That's
nice, Eric.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, one of our members up in Fort Collins is getting ready to pack up and move to Alaska.
I know. She's so adventurous.
Right.
Her husband's like a bush pilot.
A bush pilot?
In Alaska. Every now and then I'll get up in the middle of the night and see that my husband isn't in bed, and I'll come downstairs and he's watching on television
The Alaskan bush pilot
this
show.
Alaskan pilot show, and it's like the oddest thing to me that they actually made a reality TV show out of that.
What is a bush pilot anyways? Why are you piloting bushes? You leave the bush alone. Stay away from the bush if you're a pilot. I'm thinking, because that's on the ground.
I know, and most of the time when they land isn't even on the runway. A lot of times it's on the water.
Well, that's not the only thing you got to watch out for in Alaska.
What's that?
Blood-sucking fish falling from the sky.
Fish are falling from the sky.
Not just fish, blood-sucking fish.
Are falling from the sky.
Yes. 15-inch blood-sucking fish, lampreys.
Fish do not fall from the sky. What are they being dumped out of an airplane?
You would think, no.
A bush pilot's airplane?
Let's talk about the bush pilots. Are they out there fishing at night while they're navigating the bush? I don't know. But truly, in the last several days, several fish, lampreys, have fallen, live lampreys, falling on dry land, inland, way inland, in the Fairbanks area. And they are nasty toothed fish. They have tooths. They have teeth. They have razor sharp.
They don't know where they're coming from. They think they're just falling from the sky.
Well, they're not just falling from the sky. But the answer is probably seagulls. Gulls are picking them out of the river with their bills and dropping the squirming critters while they're in flight.
Yeah, it's unlikely that things are falling from. Now, what are they doing out of the water? Like, so you think the seagulls?
Seagulls are getting hungry. They're biting off more than they can chew.
Fish
Look at
in
that thing.
Alaska.
15 inches long. It's got scales.
Isn't Alaska like this fabulous place to go fishing?
I
mean, people take actual expeditions and go up to Alaska, the Kenai River, and go fishing up there, right?
Is that an eyeball beyond the teeth down the throat?
It does kind of look like an eyeball looking at you. What are you afraid of?
Fish. Look at those teeth. I am afraid of that.
Yeah, you're not going to Alaska. You're not going to Alaska anytime soon.
We've got seagulls here.
And I doubt that they are where the people are.
We have no, they are where the people are. They're falling in the people's yards, in a parking lot at a local village store. Another resident found one on his lawn.
It's fascinating.
We have seagulls here. This could happen.
You know, they could drop something right on your head. I think they're going to. Something did get dropped on your head.
Oh, man, it was the sun.
Oh, my gosh. What has happened to your head?
It's peeling.
It's like you look like a lizard.
I know. It's really peeling.
It is. You didn't do what I told you to do,
Stop.
did you? I gave you the antidote. I gave you, here's how you solve for this, and you didn't do it. You did it one time.
Twice.
Oh, twice.
Twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you didn't want to do it anymore. You'd rather have this
hair.
look.
I had to shave. So here's the deal.
You'd rather have peely skin all over.
No, you've got to listen to me, okay?
That's nice, Eric.
Wow.
I got him to pause. I got him to stop talking over me. One time, because usually he would just talk and talk and talk and talk, and I could just say, but I got you to stop. I'm going to remember that.
Well,
check.
I had not shaved my head since having been out in the sun for quite some time last weekend. And so I had quite a bit of hair, and here comes the peel. And when the peel comes and it's mixed with the hair, I will only destroy a very expensive razor blade by trying to shave and getting the skin, all of that involved. So I waited till I thought the peeling was done. Oh, no, it's not done. That's why.
You thought so, but it's not done.
It's not done.
It's not done.
Mm-mm.
No. It takes, 4 weeks for the skin to replenish.
You know what else is not done?
What's that?
Me, you, and our audience. More of the positive business talk show you've come to know and love. Experience Pros Radio Show going to talk about how to gain and retain respect. RESPECT. Next.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Your business is growing, but your computers are slowing. We can fix that. We're C-Squared Computer Consulting, and we can help you take on the challenges of your growing business by helping you get the most out of your systems through availability managed services. We provide reliable protection with 24/7 system monitoring. Check us out at c2cc.net or call us at 303-933-1113. That's C-Squared Computer Consulting at c2cc.net.
The business professionals at Extreme Relationship Management know that networking is one of the best ways to create word-of-mouth marketing for your business. They also know that many of you feel like it's a complete waste of time. The difference is knowing how to network and what to do with all those business cards that you collect. Tune in every Thursday to learn about the ERM networking laws, and be sure to sign up for the next ERM class. Extreme Relationship Management offers training and events to help you realize how rewarding networking can be. Train it the ERM way. Find them online at extremerelationshipmanagement.com and call 855-I-LIKE-ERM to find out more about their next class.
Edgetronics wants you to be happy with your business phone system. Get your phones to work for you, not against you. The friendly folks at Edgetronics can help you plan ahead to keep your business operating when there may be a phone system outage. They offer solutions with VoIP, non-VoIP, and hybrid telephone systems. Upgrade to the system with features that will meet your company's growing needs. Call today at 303-766-1699. That's 303-766-1699. No business is too small or too large, and the customer service at Edgetronics will make you smile. Call now, 303-766-1699, or online at edgetronics, that's with an X.com.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Finding care for an aging parent or loved one can be a simple and hassle-free process with Home Care Assistance Denver by your side. They are locally owned and provide hourly as well as 24/7 live-in services by caregivers that are custom-matched based on client needs. They personalize every care plan to fit your loved one's very specific needs. Call them today to schedule your free in-home assessment. 720-443-3371. 720-443-3371. More information can be found at homecareassistancedenver.com. They love serving your loved ones. Call now, 720-443-3371.
John Rush, this afternoon from 3 to 6 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Welcome back
You're just
to the
gonna
Street
keep
Post Radio Show.
eating?
I'm into music. Just into the music. I know you are too. You're driving down the interstate. You go, yeah, singing Aretha. Did you see that little girl, 6-7-year-old little girl, getting a little respect on the interweb?
It's so cute, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, she's owning the stage, and I love that. How do you get respect? Better than how to get it. How do you keep it? Well, there's a list for that.
There's a list for that. I love it when there's a list for that.
Right.
Looks like
So
the dogs can hear me now.
our friend Lolly Daskal over Inc.com wrote a list of 99 ways, simple ways to gain the respect of others. You don't need 99, you just need a few. But here's the reality. Once you gain the respect, you got to keep the respect, and that is usually the secret sauce.
That is the secret sauce, because I think you get it. I think it's pretty easy to, maybe not easy, but once you've, to earn it, but once you've lost it,
Yeah.
there's no, it's like trust. It is so hard to get back. And so it's nice to have the respect and have the respect of your peers and the people that you associate with, but kind of stay in the course. And it's kind of hard. You kind of get yourself up on a pedestal, and of course you're never going to please everybody, right? And if you try to, you'll please nobody.
Right.
So how do you keep that element of respect while not just being a pushover?
Well, here's a great way. Avoid the temptation to share everything in your head. No one
Eric?
needs to know what.
Some things, yeah, you don't have to say everything out loud. Just because you think it doesn't mean you have to say it. And that is the truth always.
I agree with
How often, and people say, well, I'm just being honest. Yeah, keep it to yourself.
Right, you don't need to be that honest.
You don't.
There's a word called discretion that goes a long way.
Yeah, bite your tongue. A little silence. Yeah, and I think there should be like a gold medal, Olympian gold medal for people who can bite their tongue.
How do you know? Because if they didn't tell you, how do they know they didn't tell you?
Yeah, if you have to tell me you bit your tongue, then
Right.
yeah, that doesn't count.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, and if you say I have something that I would like to say here, but I'm not gonna, that doesn't count either. You don't
Here's-
get bonus points for that.
Here's another one. Invest in what matters. You want to gain respect and keep it. Place your time and energy with the things that are important to you and to others.
Okay, all right. I don't even have anything like to rebuttal that.
You don't even need. There's no rebuttal necessary.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for you. Here's another one. You want to earn and then retain respect. Be authentic. Live your life on your terms. Live it bravely, and be consistent.
Live it bravely. I think that's hard because we always want to, again, please everybody, and you're not going to. But here's the thing: if you're, the backside to that, if you are going to live your life and you're going to live it bravely, you also have to be accountable for your decisions. And you can't have it both ways. Well, I'm living my life, but then you guys don't like me. You got to stand tall and stand firm and stay accountable to your decisions.
Absolutely. Here's one. Stay positive. Hello. I almost sound like Ron Burgundy. Stay positive, Denver.
Stay positive. Here's the thing. It's so hard, right? Because what is our natural tendencies, what is more socially acceptable, is to have that negativity. We all buy into the thoughts in our heads. We share it with others. We bring others onto our little pity party. And we think that it's actually okay because you walk into a room, you're like, oh, I hit traffic and I was so late and my dry cleaner burned down and the ATM was closed and I hit every red light. Or, I'm here, and I made it. It was an intention to be here. I'm loved that I'm here. I'm grateful that I'm here. Just switching all those thoughts around in your head is counterintuitive to how we actually talk in society.
Absolutely. I'm going to combine two on this list. The first one is know your priorities, and the second one is fight the good fight on the critical issues. Identify the most important things in your life so that you can make them a top priority, and then know which battles are worth engaging in. And as I read these 2 points and combine them together, I start to think of a couple of folks that we know who they fight battles on issues that may not be as critical as they think, or if they are, they're in the wrong business. They should go into politics.
Well, here's the thing. I think sometimes we do just kind of want to get on a high horse about something, right?
Sure.
But at the end of the day, is it really worth the relationships? Is it really worth your reputation? Is it really worth the tarnishing of your brand?
Like I said earlier, the discretion element, when you have a little bit of discretion that goes a long way, I know people who pray differently and vote differently and do things differently than I do, and yet they have my 100% admiration and respect, because I don't have to agree with them on everything, but I do have to respect them.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you don't have to agree with them on anything at all.
Nope.
I mean, we could have completely different views on everything under the planet, and we can still be respectful to each other.
Here's one that says, always be on time. I don't know what that must have been a typo.
It does show respect for others. I
Must
do
be a
have
typo.
I have a very bad sense of timing.
Acknowledge the dignity of others. Simple attitude is worth everything. Everybody has dignity, right? And you know, that's, again, it's a basic human value.
It is, and expressing that and acknowledging that, just the humanness of others, and just, you know, they've got a heartbeat, they've got breath in their lungs. Can we just take care of people? And when you look at all the negativity that is going on, when you see it come across your Facebook, you see it across, you know, on the news or just even in person, if somebody would stand up for respecting and the dignity of others, so much of this would just go away. This negativity would just go away.
Absolutely. Apologize when you're wrong. Simply apologize. Own it. Don't just say sorry, but own
Sorry you feel that way.
your issue. Oh gosh, that's one of the starting to twitch.
But here's the thing. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry that I came across as rude. I'm sorry that what I communicated
did this.
Made you feel bad.
Yes.
And, you know, if I offended you, you know, you misunderstood me.
All right, so own that, and then finally say what you mean and mean what you say. People learn to trust and believe in what you say through your consistency. I could not agree more. Be consistent with what you mean. I am one that I does engage my mouths sometimes before I do my brain, and I on occasion, I try to minimize it, but on occasion I get stuck saying something that, when it came out, it sounded way different than it did in my head, and it is not at all what I meant. And in that case, in that situation, get on it right now and take it back, own it, and apologize, and say what you mean.
And apologize, you know, take it back, because you did hurt somebody's feelings. You did offend them. You did come off as rude or crass or pompous or, you know, uncaring, and whether you meant to or not, and in most cases. But I think here's also the thing too, on the receiving end of that, let's think about what we know about the person talking and the consistent value that they carry. So when they do say something that you're like, oh my gosh, that was so rude, is that really in their character? And probably it wasn't. And so is that your baggage that you're kind of putting back on somebody else? I think the onus goes both ways. So if you find yourself constantly being offended, constantly being on the receiving end of you know, comments and backbiting, like, are you really?
Right.
Or, you know, or do you have to look at the intention of that person and the character of that person, and what do you know about that person? They're not there to hurt you. They're not trying to be mean. They love you. They care about you. And so maybe we just pause too on the receiving end to go, you know, that probably isn't about me.
It's got to be another way, another angle to come at it.
Yeah.
Great stuff. All right, we have to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got business tips and insights here on the most positive business talk show in America.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
The Extreme Customer Service Directory is one of the most visited directories in the state, and it's all yours to view for free at experiencepros.com. Experiencepros.com will help you find the best in customer service, and you can feel good about doing business with the pros.
Landlords, listen up. If you have investment property, you need Legacy Properties PM. Devin Bewley will absolutely get you the highest rent possible, handle every imaginable emergency, and make sure that your property is well cared for. He visits every property regularly and knows that he's working for you. Legacy Properties PM, where their promise to you is simple. If your property isn't earning you money, you owe them nothing. There's nothing to lose. 720-989-1996. Mention Experience Pros and they'll waive the first month's management fee.
Hi, this is Eric, and I want to talk to you about my friends over at McDonald Volvo. This family-owned business has been delivering extreme customer service for almost 50 years right here in our neighborhood. With upfront worry-free pricing and super personalized service, your best car buying experience is at McDonald Volvo. General Manager Will Roughton is a great friend, and he wants to meet you personally. Call him at 303-738-4803. That's 303-738-4803, and tell him the pros sent you.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
The top 5 search results get 75% of all the clicks. 75%! That means if you're on page 2, you are missing out on tons of potential business. You, my friend, are in need of professional help. At SharpNet Solutions, it's not all about clicks. It's about making sales. They optimize the Experience Pros Extreme Customer Service Directory, and they can optimize your business. Call them today, 303-900-4988. That's 303-900-4988. Or find them online at sharpnetsolutions.com. Put their talents to work and see what they can do for you. 303-900-4988. Mention the Experience Pros and get up to 50% off. Call today.
Amanda, age 3. Carlos, age 9.
An abducted child is everyone's child.
Jada, age 14.
To get free Amber Alerts on your cell phone, go to wirelessamberalerts.org. A child is calling for help. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Dana Lash, 8 p.m. weeknights on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. Did you hear the promo that came on just before we came back to the air? Dana Lash coming up later in the day. Did you hear that? I think we should we should get names like that, flashy names.
We should change our names.
Yes.
To be like Eric Road Bobby.
Road
Bobby.
Road Bobby. No. Something like Angel Tussey and Eric Flash.
Stop flashing.
Stop it. It's business tips and insights. And on that happy note.
Poor Tony. Poor Tony's on the line going, how am I going to segue out of this? But it is time for business tips and insights, and every Thursday we bring you a business tip from Extreme Relationship Management. Our friend Tony Rayburn is on the line. Hello, Tony.
Hey, how are you doing, team?
We're doing great, Tony Class.
So I can segue into this a little bit. I'll incorporate that into the business tip today.
All right.
Which is networking law number 133, and that's about recapping the points. So when you are at a conversation with someone, you hope they're going to leave the event, the networking event, remembering who you are and what you do. But what is it that you think they actually remember about you?
What you look like.
Could be,
right.
Like the small talk you engaged in. Maybe it's your shoes, your choice of beverage, a great joke you told, something. There's something that they remember.
Yep.
So here's a tip. A lot of studies have shown that people tend to remember the first parts of your conversation and the last parts of your conversation more than the middle.
Okay.
So you can use that to your advantage. So by quickly recapping the important few points at the end of the conversation that you want them to remember, you're going to help stay top of mind with the right message that you want them to walk away with.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, by wrapping it up and having the final piece be the part that they take away. I know, like when we go on vacation or you go to an event, you know, you might have had a fantastic time and everything, but it's that last piece. It's how it closes. It's how it ends that you take with you.
That's exactly right. So make it a habit. Begin to practice that, because if you load the middle of your conversation with all the meat, right, then they're not going to remember as much of that meat as what it is you think they're going to. So make sure it's like an executive summary of the conversation at the end, and that way they've got those 1, 2, or 3 points you want them to remember about you.
Okay, so Tony, give me an example. Like how would I do that? So we've talked about, maybe we've talked about, I don't know. Now, see, I'm trying to like come up with it like on the spot.
Yeah. So
Tony, what did you say about 90 seconds ago?
Exactly. Actually, I can look it up.
No, that's okay.
No, the thing, Angel, what I do is I recap the pain points. I lead with the pain points about what our business does, and I end with the pain points. So at the end of the conversation, I would be telling someone, so if you're looking to improve your networking results, if you're looking to have a system so you know what to do with all those business cards, and if you're looking to save time by not wasting time with the wrong people at coffee shops, come to this training. We'd love to help you out.
Got it. Oh, good stuff, Tony.
Yeah,
that is good.
It's just a little thing to help remember, okay, that's the guy who, that's the girl who, that's the business that.
Right.
It really helps them out, exactly.
Right. Perfect. Oh, I like it, and it makes perfect sense. But we hope that all that stuff that it was in the middle is what they'll remember, but it doesn't. So it's up to us to recap it so they can take that away before they go and talk with somebody new. This is good stuff, Tony.
There you go.
This is very good. This is why you are the expert at business training and development. Tell our listeners how they can get involved with Extreme Relationship Management.
People can find out more at extremerelationshipmanagement.com, or they can call us nationwide toll-free at 855-I-LIKE-ERM.
855-I-LIKE-ERM. And I do. So it's a convenient phone number for me.
Yeah, we all like ERM. 855-I-LIKE-ERM. Get involved with Extreme Relationship Management. Anything you have to do with networking. If you're using networking, growing your network, meeting people to grow your business, you want to be involved with Extreme Relationship Management. They've been sponsors of the show for years and big supporters of the Experience Pros Network as well. We encourage all of our members to become Extreme Relationship Management members as Extreme Relation. Did I do that right?
You said it right.
I did. Okay. I always think I'm going to say Experience Pros and get
Extreme
us all
Customer Service Directory.
confused. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. Tony,
855-I-LIKE-ERM.
Thank you, Tony.
Have a great day, guys.
Thanks, Tony. Let's turn our attention to Chris Kaiser with C-Square Computer Consulting, keeping your networking up and running in the computer arena. Chris, how are you, buddy?
I'm just wonderful. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic. It's a good day today. What's our tip for today?
So, just last weekend we sponsored a recycling and a shred event. We didn't sponsor. We were part of a big event to do recycling and shredding and all that. And I was amazed at the amount of paper that was brought in to be shredded, which I think is great. I mean, and the recycling was amazing. But I just came across an app that I wanted to share. It's kind of something very interesting. Paper isn't really, you don't think about it as like technology. And when you go out to your physical mailbox and bring in mail, and you see we'll call it spam, I'm just used to using that, the unwanted junk mail.
Sure.
You don't think of technology too much, but I came across this app for a phone called Paper Karma. And what it does basically is with your phone, your Android phone or iOS phone, you can basically snap a picture of it and unsubscribe from those mailings. Kind of automate some of that.
Smart.
That is
smart.
That was
kind of clever. And I like the idea of, okay, this, paper, like I said, doesn't seem like a technology thing, but to use technology to accomplish a task like that to help declutter physical paper, I think is pretty cool.
And what's the name of the site?
It's called Paper Karma.
Paper Karma.
Is it an app or a site?
There's a website you can go to learn about it, but it's an app that you can download and install on your mobile device.
Neat.
This.
Very neat. Okay, Paper
And the
Karma.
website, yeah, it's got an interesting just little video clip, and just like I said, just thinking about all this paperwork, and even my experience with having extra mail that's unwanted. I thought that was kind of clever and interesting, so I just thought I'd kind of share that as an idea.
It is a good idea. I come in from the mailbox, and the first thing you know, you just kind of, this stuff goes right into the recycle bin, right?
Yeah.
And it's just trash, and I don't even look at it. I don't even open it. And I think I've unsubscribed and gotten myself off of some of the mailing lists somewhere along the line, because I do feel like I'm receiving less than I ever did, or maybe people are just sending less than before. I don't know. But Paper Karma. Check my neighbor's mailbox. There's all that.
Seriously. All right, Chris. Hey, listen, that's just one of 1,000 tips that you have. You know all the apps. You know all the stuff going on, and you keep great care of your clients' technology. Where do they call and contact you to make sure that they can have the best in service as well?
So you can give us a call at 303-933-1113, and you can find us at c2cc.net. And if you want to look at this, I just posted a thing about the Paper Karma, and that's at facebook.com/C2IT.
Fantastic. Facebook.com/C2IT. C2 Computer Consulting, taking care of all your IT needs.
I know, and bringing us some really cool apps.
Yeah. I love it. I love what you do for us, Chris. Thank you so very much. 303.
You guys have a wonderful day.
933-1113. We'll be back right after these messages.
The Experienced Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Get your payroll and employee paperwork done efficiently, effectively, and economically with Employer Essentials. Free up your time, free up your money, and let Employer Essentials help your business grow. They handle all of your payroll and HR needs at EmployerEssentials.com or call 303-734-9436. 303-734-9436.
Hi, this is Angel, and I've been in my home for 12 years now. When I think about redecorating, I just can't seem to get past what I've always done. Helene's Designs offers a fluff-it-up service for home decorating. She takes what I already have and rearranges just enough to fluff it up. Call Helene to get fluffed up at 720-233-7302. Helene's Designs is a full-service design firm that helps you turn your dreams into a reality. Call Helene's Designs today at 720-233-7302 or check out the before and after pictures online at helenesdesigns.com.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706 or visit RivieraFinance.com.
Get yourself back on track with your mid-year vision screening. We're not checking your eyesight. We're checking in on your vision and your big, hairy, audacious goals that you set at the beginning of the year. If you attended the Success Unleashed Summit in January, you experienced the power of having a strong vision and written goals to keep you on track. The Epic Summer Summit is the perfect place for you to get back on track and to get your vision checked. Carrie Conley with the Infinite Nation will be presenting a 2-hour workshop, followed by a Connecting Experts vendor event and networking on Thursday, July 30th at the PPA Event Center. Sign up to attend the Epic Summer Summit at theconnectingexperts.com. You can sign up to attend as a guest or as a vendor. Get your vision checked.
Tune in every Monday at 11:35 for What's Going On with Jim Smith from Prudential. Jim will host a lively conversation about the financial and investment topics you're asking about. You can call Jim and his Prudential team directly at 303-669-9701 and tune in on Monday mornings right here on the Experienced Pros radio show.
Are you an expert? At Experience Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experience Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
I'm John Walsh. I'm Ed Smart. When time is critical. That's why Amber Alert is so important. The public is notified when a child is abducted. It's a partnership between broadcasters, law enforcement, transportation, and you. Thanks for making Amber Alert happen.
Chris Cook, tonight at 6 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service on Facebook.com/ExperiencePros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. This music reminds me of the attitude of a lot of people. They really don't want to work on things. They just want to bang on the drum all day. Much to their surprise, they know bad things are on the horizon, and yet we prefer to stress about it.
Not bad things on the horizon. We're going to talk a little bit about retirement. According to a new survey out by Merrill Edge, 2 out of 3 Americans expect to be stressed about money in retirement because they're not saving enough. The report reveals that people with the most time to prepare for retirement, Gen Xers and Millennials, are most likely to anticipate a financially rocky retirement. So Aron Levine with Merrill Edge is here to talk about the challenges that Americans face when saving for retirement, as well as tips and strategies to create a worry-free retirement. Aron Levine, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Great, thanks so much for having me.
Aron, love you on the voice. Let's let's start with this. Talk about the survey that you gave, and were there any surprising elements to it?
Yeah, well, I think as Angel pointed out, right, so the groups that have the most time, Gen X and Millennials, are actually the most stressed. And I think that probably even more surprising is that 73% of those that are actually retired feel pretty good, right? They're actually feeling like they're in pretty good shape. And I think what that talks to is the fact that they had been building a plan over a long period of time, and now that their retirement is here, they're actually enjoying the benefits of having that long-term outlook.
Well, but Aron, a follow-up to that, if the Gen Xers and the Millennials are the ones who are most stressed, and yet they have the most time, they also have the most time to fix their stress.
Absolutely right. That's the good news. And so I really would point to there's 3 things that are probably driving the bulk of that stress. So one is the Millennials especially are dealing with a lot of debt, and the student debt. And so they want to, the good news, they're trying to pay that debt down, which is the savings, but it's probably for a good reason, to pay down student debt. Second thing, Gen Xers are dealing a lot with aging parents and trying to make sure they have ability to support them, as well as potentially kids coming back home. And then the third one is really the uncertainty around healthcare costs. So in all 3, you can see that these are things that people are trying to do the right things, prioritize, and then that's the challenge they're facing in how to put enough money aside for saving.
Now, are their challenges different than those that are, currently retired?
I think the biggest difference is time frame, right? So especially when you think about the uncertainty around healthcare costs, or which is 65% of our respondents cited that, or about 38% were cited, Social Security will be available. I mean, current retirees sort of know what their costs are today, at least in the next couple of years. They have a sense of what they're taking from Social Security, so they've kind of stepped across that threshold of the unknown into the known, whereas the Gen Xers, the Millennials, have got 20 to 30 years to look and say. The other issue is, I may live very long, which is a nice issue to have, right? That's a good problem to have, except when you can't pay for it. And so the longevity change is also playing a role in this whole thing.
Aron, I have a question for you now. You're involved in this conversation day in and day out. What is it that we can do to get a millennial or a Gen Xer to pick up the phone and call somebody, a financial advisor, and say, I need your help. I need to take that first step. What can we tell them that will motivate an action today?
Yeah, great question. So look, one of the good news is there is technology and availability, right? The fact that there is so many sites, and certainly Merrill Edge being one of them, where the first step they can do is educate themselves. Go out there, pull down information about retirement, about planning, about the whole process, so they educate themselves, so they feel more comfortable of taking then that next step, which is so critical, which is reaching out for help. And that can mean even going to a financial center. You know, we now have one at Cherry Creek in Denver where you can go talk to an advisor, or picking up the phone and doing it if you feel more comfortable that way. So the fact is there's different ways through online, mobile, telephone, or in person for a millennial or a Gen X to really begin this process of educating themselves and reaching out and getting some help.
So I'm thinking, do they just want an app for that, Aaron, instead of going to a meeting with somebody?
Well, what's actually even interesting is our survey showed that 4 out of 10, 43% of millennials, they're looking for financial assistance for retirement from loved ones. So I think they're not only looking for the app for it, but they're in fact hoping that a family member will be there to solve the problem in the long run.
All right. Okay, so let's get some tips. If you have not yet started to build your retirement saving, what are some things we can do today, Aaron?
Yeah, well, certainly first, if your company offers a 401k program, very important to take advantage of that. I mean, many companies will provide some kind of matching or contribute some money, which is really important, especially as you're starting your career. And then I go back to what I said earlier, you know, creating a plan, seeking help. 4 out of 10 retirees use help, and only 2 out of 10 of the Gen X and millennials are. So it's all about really understanding your goals and priorities, and then setting a course of action and working with people who have expertise to help you think through your particular situation.
I know, it's so exciting if you do. I mean, the earlier you start, having that compound interest work in your favor, and it's never too late to start, right, Aaron?
Absolutely right. I mean, it's critical to start, as you say, start as soon as possible. And if you are, more in your 40s and 50s and you started late, don't try to make up for it by taking on too much risk. You got to be smart and really just let yourself think about your lifestyle and where can you find more dollars to save as opposed to taking on too much risk.
Yeah, your husband, Angel, used to say the mathematics are fairly simple, right?
Spend less, save more.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Aaron, where do we send our listeners to get more information about you, Merrill Edge, and the report that you are citing from?
Yeah, thanks so much. You can go to merrilledge.com. and then /report. You'll actually get the findings and be able to read all this great information. But merrilledge.com is where you can really help build a plan, and your listeners can start to identify places to help themselves.
Merrill Edge, they enable their clients to seamlessly manage investments in banking via their online platform, both banking and center-based and centralized financial solution advisors across the country. Merrill Edge, MERRILL, Merrill Edge. Aaron, thanks so much for being our guest today.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for having me.
You betcha. Folks, don't go anywhere when we come back. More positive business talk. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
You've got a great business, lots of customers, and a catchy tagline. Things are going great, right? Has it ever occurred to you that if you are doing so well in your business, someone else might be trying to copy or steal your concept and make it their own? It happens every day. But don't let it happen to you. You need attorney Steve Replin on your side. Much more than just a lawyer, Steve is a business consultant who knows how to protect what's yours while helping you grow it to success. Call Steve today and CYA. That's Cover Your Assets. 303-322-7919. 303-322-7919.
Computers. We can't live a moment without them. My friend sent me an email recently saying she was having 99 problems and 97 of them were because of email and technology. I hate it when it doesn't work, but I'm stuck with how to get past the lockups, the slow retrieval, and lost data. This is what Binkley IT specializes in, all your computer quirks and hang-ups. They'll take care of you, and often they can do it remotely. Call our friends at Binkley IT and solve your IT puzzle one piece at a time. Call 720-254-1057, 720-254-1057. And if your computer is still working, look them up online at binkleyit.com.
Dude, your wife's hot.
I know, right?
I'm not kidding. She's really hot.
Yeah, I married up.
I'm trying to tell you, your wife's hot.
Will someone please call Bowman Heating and Air? It's 90 degrees in here.
Don't let anyone else tell you how hot your wife is. Call Bowman Heating and Air today. 303-622-6502. Bowman Heating and Air, keeping couples together and relationships cool. Ask about the preventative maintenance option with a 100% mechanical guarantee. BowmanHVAC.com.
Let's face it, you're stuck. Sure, your business is stable, but you've been floundering it even for too long. It's time to call Stephanie Scheller. Stephanie is a systems, business, and marketing coach who's helped over 300 companies improve their results by setting up systems and holding them accountable to trackable growth. Sometimes all you need is a fresh perspective and a little bit of accountability to break through to the next level of your success story. Call Stephanie today, 210-426-6956, and just talk to her, 210-6956. She can help. It's your business. Call today.
Did you get some great customer service today? Did someone make you feel a little happier for doing business with them?
Give them a fan brag. This is Eric, and you can call into Fan Braggin Friday and share your story with me and Angel on the air, or you can write a fan brag at experiencepros.com.
Once you start looking for great customer service, you'll find it's in more places than you thought. Share your great finds with us by calling 855-FAN-BRAG during our Friday show. Kindness is so simple, and we want to hear from you.
As a business owner, you know what it's like to wear a bunch of hats, and we know it too, which is why our very best advice to you is to outsource your accounting to By the Numbers Bookkeeping and Accounting. Philip Aronoff is well known to listeners and members of the Experience Pros Network. He was voted the best bookkeeper in the state of Colorado during the Fan Braggin contest, and he can absolutely help you build your business while making sure your accounting is all taken care of. Call Philip today and take that bookkeeping hat off for good. 720-837-0860. That's 720-837-0860.
Chris Cook, tonight at 6 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
The fine folks over at Hootsuite have compiled a list of things that may be signs that you are an entrepreneur. And so you remember Jeff Foxworthy. We like to throw in a little Foxworthyism-like stuff here on the show. And I'd like to go over the 7 signs that you might be an entrepreneur.
You're not going to do it.
Yes.
You're not going to do it Jeff Foxworthy style, are you? Are you?
Absolutely.
7 signs. He's going to go, "Argh!" You sound like a cat.
I don't. I sound like Jeff Foxworthy.
No, you sound like a cat.
Are you ready?
No. If I'm not ready, will you wait? Well, can we not do this? I'll tell you when I'm ready. I'll let you know.
Are you restless?
Am I restless?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Are you never satisfied with all the achievements that you get? Just not good enough?
Well, we can always do better.
There you go.
We can always do better.
If you're restless and no achievement ever seems good enough, you might be an entrepreneur.
When most people reach a goal, they think, I did it, and they take time to sit back and enjoy for a while. But an entrepreneur thinks, great, what's next?
Right.
You know, and they talk about in this article about Coco Chanel, she started with a simple hat line, expanded into women's clothing, eventually moved into jewelry, accessories, and perfume. And by the time of her death, Chanel had not only left behind an iconic brand, but an business empire that was bringing in $160 million annually. Entrepreneurs like Chanel don't stop with one big achievement. They're always itching to find and take on the next challenge.
There you go. Angel Tussie, are you? Do some people view you?
Only you.
As a control freak?
Only you.
I don't believe that for a minute. Let us make another list.
You think I'm a control freak? Really? I just like things a certain way, and I like them done right.
If you are a control freak, you might be an entrepreneur.
All right. Well, according to this article from Hootsuite, they say that most entrepreneurs have
make a conscious effort to strike a balance between controlling their business and letting talented people around them take the reins.
That'd be me.
Turns out that many entrepreneur friends struggle with the same challenge. It's great to have a CEO who cares about all the details of the company, but when that person needs to be involved at every level, Eric, you have said, I don't like to outsource anything that I don't know how to do myself. That's the whole thing about outsourcing.
What's the end of that statement? The end of that statement is
I got to do it myself.
No. I have to know how it's done before I outsource it, because should that outsource go bad, awry, relationships, whatever,
so when that person
I am able to
needs
handle
to
it
be
back.
involved at every level, it can become detrimental to getting things done. It also stresses out employees and outsourcing staff who have been brought on precisely so you don't have to make each and every decision and be involved in each and every detail. Luckily, entrepreneurs, we can take some comfort knowing that super entrepreneurs Steve Jobs, Bill Gates have all been described as control freaks.
Angel Tussey.
Eric Raymer. Eric Flash Raymer.
I don't even know how to get into this. Angel Tussey, are you a masochist?
I'm not a masochist.
I think you are. And
Do you think so?
Well, is it not true that we take on one project, and before that project is done, we're already thinking about the next two projects, and then before those are done, we're already creating the next thing? We are constantly taking on more, which is the very definition of masochism. If you like a little pain and a little bit of risk, if you're a masochist, you might be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, they say only a masochist sets himself up to face the kinds of odds that 75% of new startups fail.
Ooh.
And straight out of the gate, we know we're going into something that most people can't make work.
You'll struggle for money. You'll work unimaginably long hours. You're going to be lonely because while everyone else is out partying or watching movies, you're working away, oftentimes alone.
Oh, serial entrepreneurs who start and run one business right after another
Check.
could be considered even more masochistic because they go into each new venture already knowing what's coming.
Right.
Now, I have gone on record that I don't want to do another startup. I don't.
You have gone on record of saying that.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Remember what we talked about last week in the car?
I know. Stop.
You thought it was a brilliant idea.
It is a good idea.
I thought so too.
I don't want to do it.
Stay tuned for a new business venture from Experience Pros.
No. From Eric Flash and Angel Dash.
All right.
We'll be Flash and Dash.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Do you have a love-hate relationship with money?
What do you mean?
Well, entrepreneurs generally fall in love with making money really early in life,
Oh, because in the beginning, it's the lifestyle, it's the legacy, and okay, but then later on, we're driven less by money and more by the thrill and the freedom and the causes.
All of that, yes.
Okay, so
if you have a love-hate relationship with money, you might be an entrepreneur.
it's true. We do start out, we're selling everything. It's all about, again, creating that income. But eventually, many entrepreneurs driven less by money, but more by the innate thrill of launching a new venture, the freedom and control that come with it, and being a part of the community. And so, yeah, it is. It does. It shifts later on. It's kind of like the gateways in business. First, people-driven, then process-driven,
That's right.
and then community-driven.
Yes.
Money, people, then community.
Are you a black sheep?
Only in my family.
Maybe even a dropout?
No, I did not drop out.
No?
Mm-mm.
I did. I only went to 2 years of college.
Well, I did too, but I didn't drop out. That was as far as I signed up for.
That's fine. You got a degree.
I did.
I lacked that degree because I did not complete my
Oh,
course.
you went to the 4-year college and dropped out.
I did.
I knew I was only good for 2 years, so I went to the 2-year college.
Let's go back to that black sheep thing.
Only in my family.
Really?
Only in my family.
You fit in with all the crowd.
Oh,
if you're a black sheep, maybe even a dropout, you might be an entrepreneur.
They say lots of notable entrepreneurs have ended up ditching the traditional education system altogether. Some examples, of widely successful entrepreneurs are all people who dropped out of either high school or college. It's not always to be the outsider. It's exactly this quality though, seeing things through a different lens from the rest of the world, that can help move society forward and drive innovation.
You have a cute little phrase that sometimes you start with just a little bit is okay. What is that phrase?
Just a little crazy. A little bit crazy is okay.
A little bit crazy.
A little crazy. I know people
okay.
say
That's
that.
A phrase
a
you
little
say
bit. A
regularly,
little bit.
Right?
Not certifiable. No, but just a little. I think a little crazy is okay.
That is your phrase. You
it
admit
is my
that,
phrase.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure on the public record, because if people think you're crazy, you might be an entrepreneur.
Well, entrepreneurs tend to think along different wavelengths. Their ambitions can often come across as crazy to their friends and family, especially before that vision is seen into a reality. Because as an entrepreneur, you see it, you feel it, you taste it, you have the image embedded in your brain, and the people around you are going, yeah, I don't see it. I don't see what you see. Angel, take a breather. So let's see. Take, for example, Ruth Handler created Barbie in the 50s.
Yeah.
Handler was met without a doubt, still, criticism, including from her own husband, for proposing a doll that looked more like an adult than a baby or a child.
Ruth.
She came up with the notion after seeing her own daughter playing with paper dolls. Anyways, of course, the rest is history. You know that. But we all have people around us who think we are just nuts, right? The hours we put in, the pay we don't see.
Yeah.
All for the thrill of creating a legacy and creating something that wasn't there before.
Remind me, if you will, what is how do we define introvert versus extrovert? What is the?
Okay,
there's a way.
Here's the thing. Most people think I'm an extrovert, but I read one time that the way you can decide whether you're an introvert or an extrovert is how you recharge your batteries.
Recharge, that's the one.
So if you're the kind of person who has to be around a big crowd of people, to get recharged, then you're probably an extrovert. If you're the kind of person who just needs to be alone, some quiet time, just to get away from it all, you're an introvert, and that's me.
Oh.
So even though I can be very outgoing in the social settings, when I need to recharge, I need to step away from the crowd.
So glad you said that. If you are somewhat introverted, you might be an entrepreneur.
They say to lead a business, you think you need to be super outgoing and salesy, right? Well, not necessarily. It turns out that roughly 4 out of every top 10 executives, including Google CEO and founder Larry Page, identify as introverts. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg, also well-known introvert. Research suggests that introverts in the workplace foster a better team environment than their extroverted peers. They're also good listeners, which is a greatly overlooked but essential asset for good leadership. And few entrepreneurs are loud and assertive, especially not in big groups or meetings.
There you have it.
You're not introverted.
I actually am. We have this discussion and argumentative conversation on a regular basis.
Flash and Dash. Angel Dash and Eric Flash.
I am an introvert. I have extroverted tendencies.
I think our extroverted tendencies, though, are taught skills.
They may be. I recharge in a group.
You do.
I do. I get a charge
and you
out
can
of being
never
in a
leave the
group
party.
setting.
You're like the little toddler.
That's not
You're
true.
like, I want to be around the
No,
party. I want
that's
to be
not
around the
true,
people.
because if you go back to what we talked about earlier in the week, in a group of people that are strangers, I don't feel comfortable.
Oh, not
at all.
strangers.
So I don't buy that, but
It's strangers. It's different.
okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
All right.
That's nice, Eric.
We're both entrepreneurs. I think we can say that.
And the Jeff Foxworthy segment is over.
All right. Hey, we got to take a quick station ID at the top of the hour, but don't go anywhere. There's more positive business talk right after the news.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
Dana Lash, 8 p.m. weeknights on KLZ 560.
Stolen items. Savings based on 2-year iPhone plan with one claim compared to Assurant total equipment coverage as of April 10th, 2015.
Getting a new Galaxy, iPhone, or other smartphone? Get this. Every 2 seconds, one of us accidentally breaks our phone. So protecting your new smartphone is a smart idea. But if you have insurance from one of those big cell phone companies, you're paying way too much. I'm Steve Abernethy, and I founded SquareTrade to give you a better choice. Phone insurance from Verizon, Sprint, or other wireless carriers can cost you as much as $11 every month, plus up to a $199 deductible when you break your phone. SquareTrade phone protection is less than $5 a month with a much lower deductible. We can save you over $240. And switching to SquareTrade is easy. Even if you're locked into a 2-year phone contract with Verizon, Sprint, or other wireless carrier, you can cancel their phone insurance anytime. We'll even show you how.
Switch to SquareTrade now and save over $240. Visit squaretrade.com. That's squaretrade.com.
SquareTrade! KLZ AM 560, KLZ HD Denver. Listen live at KLZ560radio.com. KLZ 560.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm Kay Long. The White House spinning the latest plan to fight ISIS terrorists. The Blaze Radio's Chris Barnes.
This is about helping the boots on the ground in Iraq, the Iraqi soldiers, do better.
In the face of Republican cries that it's too little too late in the fight against ISIS, spokespeople for the Obama White House defending the president's plan to send 450 more military trainers and advisors to train Iraqi forces.
We looked at what the needs were, and we then designed the number to fit the need.
State Department spokesman John Kirby.
And look, if there's a need to change the numbers going forward, I think the Commander-in-Chief will reserve the right to do that.
Kirby speaks on Fox and Friends.
Hundreds of people turning out in the Kurdish town of Kobani to bid farewell to Keith Broomfield, an American dying while fighting alongside Kurdish forces against ISIS terrorists in Syria. Broomfield from Massachusetts killed June 3rd in a battle in a Syrian village, making him likely the first U.S. citizen to die fighting alongside Kurds against ISIS. Don't look for New York's mayor in the crowd at an upcoming Hillary Clinton rally. The Blaze Radio's Greg Moore explains.
New York Mayor Bill de Blasio saying he will skip Hillary Clinton's campaign rally in the city this coming Saturday. De Blasio says he still hasn't heard what he needs to hear from Clinton.
What I am waiting to hear about is the fight against income inequality, how we raise wages and benefits, how we create the kind of progressive taxation system we need.
De Blasio also offering kind words for Clinton rival Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont.
I've always liked what I've heard from Bernie Sanders. I think Bernie Sanders is a great senator and a great voice for a fairer society and a fairer economy.
Greg Moore, The Blaze News.
A Philadelphia cab driver thinks he may have picked up the 2 convicted murderers escaping from an upstate New York prison. That cabbie telling police he picks up Richard Matt and David Sweat early this morning and drops them off at a train station in downtown Philadelphia. Police looking at security camera video. This is news on the Blaze Radio Network. Truth lives here.
The Blaze Radio News on KLZ 560 Denver. Dana Lash after Grassroots Radio Colorado on KLZ 560.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Save My Business, and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business. How well do you know your job?
My job?
Yeah.
Well, I got a fabulous little tote bag from my friends over at All Stitched and Glitzed Out that says, all sparkly, it says, don't quit your dream job. Oh. And I was carrying that around the other day, and somebody asked me what my dream job was, and I got to say, I'm a radio show host. So,
I'd say you do it really,
I think
really
I know my job okay.
Well, I think you do as well. And, gosh, stay tuned for the 22nd of June. A big announcement coming down the pipe on that date as well. But there's an excavator driver. You know, the things that you dig holes with and stuff, right?
Okay, yeah. Hole digger,
big,
ground earth digger.
Heavy, powerful, large-scale equipment. Would you agree?
Yes. I actually, one of my earlier jobs was I worked for a company that rented these big excavators.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Very large equipment, and the claws of the excavator, if you will, they're way out there. I mean, because it's such a large piece of equipment. You're talking about 25, 30 feet from the actual person in question. Yes.
Sure.
Out of Norway today, there is a excavator driver who is so precise with his knowledge and mastery of his equipment that he assembles a hot dog.
A hot dog?
A hot dog.
A hot dog with an excavator?
Right, to feed it for a friend. Video was shared on YouTube, and it features a man.
No way.
It features a man whose name is unpronounceable. It's Norwegian, using heavy construction equipment to assemble a hot dog with lettuce, onions, and a condiment that appears to be ketchup. He then gently lifts the dog and feeds it to his friend, whose name is also unpronounceable.
That's impressive.
Right?
That's impressive. That's skill.
And the reason I bring this to your attention is because with that kind of a skill and attention to the detail, it makes me think, how well do I know my craft? How well am I...
you just slap together your hot dogs. Like here's a bun, and here's a dog, and here's some stuff.
Don't forget the kraut, yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, how well do we know our craft? And could we make international news by the level of expertise to which we bring, that we bring to our craft?
Well, the video was actually a marketing campaign for the hot dogs.
Yeah,
so
it was a commercial.
Yeah.
But still,
they found somebody who could do that.
And I think that motivates me to want to be better at my job, to deliver with that kind of precision the answers and solutions that my clients are looking for. I was inspired by it.
Were you really? So
it really was.
Okay, so what will you do with that inspiration? Like, what are you thinking? Where did that...
Well, I will now spend more time in the thought process of how can I better my game so that...
Did nothing came to mind? Like something in particular? Because usually, like, if you're going to be inspired, you're like, ooh, I can use this here.
No,
just in thinking?
Not necessarily. It was, the inspiration wasn't to a thing. The inspiration was to the craftsmanship brought to whatever that thing is. More of a general inspiration more than a specific target, but I will go on this journey now of how can I, with more precision and skill, avoid... This is the whole human... what do you call it? Six Sigma, human Sigma side of what I'm trying to do. Eliminating inefficiencies in the... I don't use heavy equipment, but I do navigate sometimes often heavy business dilemmas with our clients. And so we kind of... I just want to be able to do it as well as anybody could possibly do it.
Nice.
There you go. All right, when we come back, more positive business talk. Don't leave. In fact, turn up the volume. Do business with the people who do business with the pros.
The Experienced Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Finding care for an aging parent or loved one can be a simple and hassle-free process with Home Care Assistance Denver by your side. They are locally owned and provide hourly as well as 24/7 live-in services by caregivers that are custom-matched based on client needs. They personalize every care plan to fit your loved one's very specific needs. Call them today to schedule your free in-home assessment. 720-443-3371. 720-443-3371. More information can be found at homecareassistancedenver.com. They love serving your loved ones. Call now, 720-443-3371.
When your IT person says, your VPN's PPTP failed because the IP conflict caused a protocol failure, all you seem to hear is, blah, blah, money, money, blah, blah, last time. We're C-Squared Computer Consulting, and we speak geek fluently, but we translate when talking to you. When you understand the issues, you can better prioritize your money and time. Our managed services provide a stable spending model with system monitoring and trust. Call C-Squared Computer Consulting today at 303-933-1113 or go to c2cc.net.
The Extreme Customer Service Directory is the go-to place for finding the companies who have the best customer testimonials. Plus, to make it even easier, we narrowed down the field to only 3 companies in your area. If you need a printer in the metro area, we have it. If you need ink and toner, we have it. The Extreme Customer Service Directory is one of the most visited directories in the state, and it's all yours to view for free at experiencepros.com. experiencepros.com for the best in customer service. When you're looking for the best, think Experience Pros. You can feel good about doing business with the pros.
It was once said the pen was mightier than the sword. We are living in a time now that is demanding the Republic to speak up. Our elected officials need to hear from you. Commit now to send at least one of your representatives the pen. The pen is a bi-monthly publication with news, opinions, and insights for only $24.95. Order yours and order theirs from CSC Talk Radio, P.O. Box 73, California, Missouri 65018, or online at csctalkradio.com. Get your hands on the pen and share constitutional truth with your elected officials.
Hi, this is Eric, and I want to talk to you about my friends over at McDonald Volvo. This family-owned business has been delivering extreme customer service for almost 50 years right here in our neighborhood. With upfront worry-free pricing and super personalized service, your best car buying experience is at McDonald Volvo. General Manager Will Roughton is a great friend, and he wants to meet you personally. Call him at 303-738-4803. That's 303-738-4803, and tell him the pros sent you.
Advertising is really effective, especially for small business. Turn your company into a household name by advertising on the Experience Pros radio show. We'll help you build a trusted reputation with the professionals who listen to the program. You'll connect with the right audience and at the right price. Advertise with the Experience Pros radio show. Sign up at experiencepros.com and put your brand on the tip of your customer's tongue. Sign up today and start advertising with the Experience Pros at experiencepros.com.
Dana Lash, tonight at 8 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show, where I've been practicing my strategic thinking. Right? What did you read?
Well, in that last segment, you said you were inspired to think, and so I brought in an expert to help you with some strategic thinking to help you get better.
Get some focus on it.
Absolutely. When we think about being a strategic thinker, it isn't I think, what we normally think. This is actually a skill that can be taught. And Aron Olson, the author of Leading with Strategic Thinking, has actually been teaching graduate students at Northwestern University how to understand and apply strategic thinking for the last 9 years. Nice. Aron, welcome to the Experience Pros radio show.
Yeah, hi, Angel. Hi, Eric.
Aron, very nice to have you with us. Okay, so when talking about leadership, in your book you talk about identifying 4, you use the word proven leadership styles. Let's start with that. What are those 4 leadership styles?
Yeah, sure. We went out and we studied over 300 stories about leaders. We gathered up and we looked at the kind of things they did to drive strategy. And the 4 things we saw were sometimes using vision to drive strategy, sometimes giving people direction, being directive, sometimes being collaborative, and the last one, which we call incubating leadership. Those are the 4 types.
All right.
Okay, and you use the phrase sometimes. So do they switch around those types within one person in one group, or are they pretty much adhering to that one type of strategy throughout their whole career?
Yeah, exactly. We find that the most effective leaders are able to switch between these. You do see that there are folks, one of them. In the book, we use some famous examples like Jack Welch, who I think people recognize as highly successful, of course.
Sure.
He's a very directive leader and really has sort of honed the craft of how to give people structure around their work. But when you look at leaders that are really adept, they actually use all of these at different times.
So do like in personality profiles, you have a dominant trait and then a secondary trait, and then you can, in some cases, fluctuate in and out?
Yeah, exactly. And I actually think it's useful to compare what we say to styles, as you said, because I think everybody has a natural style. It's going to be easier to use your style, and sometimes you can use that secondary style, as you said, but it just takes a little more work. We would distinguish between those styles and here what we call leadership types, which are really about the things that you do. And your style is going to make a difference, but anybody can use these 4 types of leadership if they just are aware of what they are, what the core activities are that really involve doing them well, and practice them over time.
All right, so when you're teaching somebody to be a strategic thinker and a strategic thinking leader, and we talk about the four styles, how do you actually teach them about vision and how to have that vision, or to be more incubating if you don't necessarily have that in your skill set?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thanks. What we do in our class and what we really outline in the book is we try to identify the core things that these leaders do, and we use real stories to illustrate the actual practical things. And so whether it's visionary leadership or incubating leadership, what we find is they're actually doing very different things. To compare, somebody who maybe uses a visionary type of leadership, they're really putting a lot of their time and effort into figuring out what that vision should be, and then getting other people on board who can help them make it happen. An incubating leader actually is doing something very different. They're actually empowering other people. Often they're working with lots of different people, using what they're able, the resources that they have to make other people successful, much like a venture capitalist or an incubator helps small businesses be successful. We see leaders that use an incubating leadership type do that, and what we teach in the class is the practical activities that are involved in those, and we outline those in the book.
Our guest is Aron Olson. He is the author, one of the authors of Leading with Strategic Thinking. Interesting that you said empowering others by way of the incubator, but even still with the visionary leader or the directive type or the collaborative, there's an old saying that says you can't be a leader if ain't nobody following. So give us just 1 or 2 things that leaders can do today to effectively empower those people who may or may not be yet but are considering following.
Yeah, we do actually spend a chapter in the book on this. It's really how do you enroll other people, and we focus on 3 ways to do it, and we use a real sort of practical language. You can focus on getting people involved by engaging them with their heart, their hands, or their head. You can make an emotional appeal with that heart and say, look, we're appealing to values, that we want to get other people on board with, and you find folks who really believe in that, and you get them, to be close followers through that. You can engage them intellectually through the head. Here's the reason why this is important and why it's in your best interest to help me. Or you can engage them with their hands and really say, I need some skills that I don't have that you have, and let's talk about the way that I could use your help, and really appeal to the fact that other people bring qualities and expertise that you as a leader might not have.
Aron, I think one of the values of having strong leadership skills is it doesn't matter what size group you're in. You could have a book club. You could be involved as a volunteer at your church or the school, in your community, even running a corporation, that we all have an element that we can raise our leadership skills and give and be more involved right where we're at. Does that make sense?
It does, and this book is mainly examples. More than half of it is stories, and we made certain to use a wide range of stories, because really, to your point, this is not just about applying these in a for-profit business context. The stories are really wide-ranging. We use examples of people operating in the public sector, small businesses, large organizations, and the 3 things actually that we see cut across all those that we really say is the practical side of strategic thinking applies to all these. It's 1, recognizing patterns. Strategic thinkers see patterns between data, whatever that data is. It can be in your professional life or your personal life. 2, they're really good at taking a structured approach to making decisions and weighting choices and trade-offs. And 3, they're really good at managing risk. And we highlight that because sometimes good ideas get undermined by things that get in the way. And people that are strategic thinkers anticipate those things and think, what are the risks that are going to get in the way, and how do I handle those?
I love it. And where do we get a copy of Leading with Strategic Thinking?
You can get it in lots of different places. It's being carried in Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and other bookstores. It's on Kindle, and actually it'll come out on July 9th as an audible book.
Very nice. And is there a website we can send people to?
It's real straightforward. It's the same as the book, leadingwithstrategicthinking.com.
There you go.
Aron, thank you so much for being our guest today.
Real pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Folks, don't go anywhere. We come back. Business tips and insights. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the most positive business talk show in America.
The Experienced Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Networking is one of the best ways to create word-of-mouth marketing for your business. They also know that many of you feel like it's a complete waste of time. The difference is knowing how to network and what to do with all those business cards that you collect. Tune in every Thursday to learn about the ERM networking laws, and be sure to sign up for the next ERM class. Extreme Relationship Management offers training and events to help you realize how rewarding networking can be. Train it the ERM way. Find them online at extremerelationshipmanagement.com and call 855-I-LIKE-ERM to find out more about their next class.
Let's face it, most phone systems are old and outdated, or they're so complicated it takes a PhD just to change your voicemail. Introducing Edgetronics, your answer to all your business telephone needs. Edgetronics is authorized and certified by Avia, and they'll not only replace your old phones with new solutions, they'll train your staff on how to get the most out of them. Proudly serving up and down the front range for over 10 years, Edgetronics wants to be your next phone system provider. Call them today at 303-766-1699 or online at Edgetronics, that's with an X.com.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Gentlemen, it's time to step it up a notch. I'm talking about your clothing. Sure, we're all super casual here in Colorado, but there's something to be said for dressing to match your market. You need personal stylist Michelle Martinez. Michelle will come to where you are, custom measure you for an unmatched fit, and help you find your next outfit, all without breaking the bank. Luxury starts with premium materials, and Michelle's got the best Italian fabrics. And talk about value, your clothes delivered straight to you, saving you tons. Call Michelle today, 720-261-4914. That's 720-261-4914.
Landlords, listen up. If you have investment property, you need Legacy Properties PM. Devin Bewley will absolutely get you the highest rent possible, handle every imaginable emergency, and make sure that your property is well cared for. He visits every property regularly and knows that he's working for you. Legacy Properties PM, where their promise to you is simple. If your property isn't earning you money, you owe them nothing. There's nothing to lose. 720-989-1996. Mention Experience Pros and they'll waive the first month's management fee.
Stop calling around looking for the best mortgage rates and call ALMC Mortgage. ALMC Mortgage matches you with the right mortgage for your needs every single time. Now's the right time to finance. Call ALMC Mortgage today at 303-696-6933. 303-696-6933. Check out today's current rates and questions you should ask about your mortgage at almcmortgage.com. almcmortgage.com.
LMB number 10032, NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
The Dana Show with Dana Lash, tonight at 8 on KLZ 560.
Hi, this is Dr. Ivan Meisner, New York Times bestselling author and founder of BNI, the world's largest networking organization. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, the #1 best positive business talk show in America.
The Experienced Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us. This business tip and insight brought to you by the fine folks over at RMK Cartridge. RMKcartridge.com, bringing the color back into your life. Those folks over there, they know how to take care of your ink and toner cartridge needs. They're going to save you 30 to 50% on your line item. And if you are in business that requires printing in any way, shape, or form, they can be really friendly to your tax man as well, because they're
33781-2076, RMK cartridge, 303-781-2076, or find them online at rmkcartridge.com.
Absolutely. Hey, wouldn't you love to make money at anything? Anything.
Anything.
Think about it. You can make money at anything if you so decided. So says Mike Mariner of Entrepreneur.com. He says, we've been trained from a young age to think of occupations in monolithic industry categories. For instance, we're decidedly not told that we can make a career by pursuing our interests. Instead, it's a failure of imagination. It gets to the root of the problem. When it comes to finding careers, we look to an outside list of occupations and force fit ourselves into one of them instead of starting from what interests us.
You know, you can see that. It starts young. What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a veterinarian.
And he says, what if instead of being given an output, you explore the world of options based on your input?
Well, that's a whole new way of thinking about
kind of a game changer, which is why we're talking about it. The old American dream, you can be anything you want to be, should not, is not dead.
It's interesting, you know, when our kids are in school, and if you go the traditional school route, when they are in elementary school, so much of what we're doing in elementary schools is preparing them for middle school and high school.
Right.
And they talk about that to the kids all the time, that, you know, once you're in middle school, this is how it's going to be, so we're doing it like this now. And so a lot of what we're doing is preparing you for what it's going to be. Not so much, okay, this is what we're doing now, but because it's going to be like this. And then when they get to middle school, you're told, okay, now we're preparing you for what it's going to be there. So we're doing things now,
right,
because that's what it's going to be like then.
Right.
And then even preparing them for college, and then college saying, you know, preparing you for your career. And it's just kind of, and I don't mean it like this, but it's going to come out, but, you know, kind of being just shoved down our throats of preparing for what's already out there. And then in the next breath,
it's not.
We have no idea what the careers are going to be, because the careers that you are going to actually be working for eventually haven't even been created yet.
Right.
So we're telling you, we're preparing you.
Training you for obsolescence.
And then, yet, it's not even there yet.
Consider the case study of Kristen Carter. She's the owner of Busy Beaver Button Company, a company that, as you might suspect, sells buttons. Her journey to becoming a button entrepreneur didn't start with a premeditated plan to start a business. It didn't even start with an assumption that making buttons would lead anywhere. She was introduced to the trade in college. She thought it was a fun and creative outlet. She started manufacturing buttons in her dorm room. But what started as an interest since budded into an enterprise generating, get this folks, over $1 million a year in annual revenue, satisfying a market demand for collateral and self-expression. It didn't happen overnight, but it snowballs from the simple daily decision to do something that she enjoys. And there are technologies and businesses that are truly designed to help support this kind of taking your passion and making money at it. How about Etsy?
Well, there are lots of fun things. There's all sorts of technology out there where you can actually start an online store. The creation is already there. It's all done. You don't have to recreate the wheel. I think eBay started a long time ago where you could sell stuff, and they created your eBay stores. Etsy is another one. Quirky, Kickstarters.
Wow. Yeah.
All of those. And so, you know, taking something that is actually paying the bills and exciting you is pretty awesome.
Absolutely. So here's how they did it. First of all, the most important step, reflect on what matters to you. The first barrier to pursuing an interest, especially one outside our mountain of daily responsibilities, is recognizing that it's worth our time.
Take small steps. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. It is a snowball. Everything you're doing today is creating a snowball that's going to build into something really big. So it's those cumulative power of tiny actions that create progress.
And then once you get going, tell people what you're doing.
Marketing.
When someone's watching us, we hold ourselves to a higher standard.
You know, and that's it. You've got accountability. You've got people pushing you to keep you going when it gets hard, and you've faced some challenges along the way, and you might want to give up or quit. It also can lead to jobs, collaboration, and opportunities you wouldn't have otherwise known about. As you're telling people what you're doing, they're like, oh, I know somebody you should meet. I know somebody who has magnets for buttons or pins for buttons or a site already that is created, and you never know where the collaboration is going to come from.
So there you go. You can make money at anything, but you got to start with that passion first. Mike Mariner, thank you so much for that business tip and insight brought to you by the RMK Cartridge, where we have the owner of RMK Cartridge on the line. Matt Skinner, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. How are you guys today?
We're doing terrific. Thanks for sponsoring the business tips and insights today. What's on your mind over at RMK today?
Just trying to figure out how to do, even more business and provide, really quality product at a really reasonable price. It's always something challenging, and always trying to figure out how to do it better and bigger.
Well, you do it awesome over at RMK Cartridge. You are saving us tons of money. You do have a quality product. If somebody's not using RMK Cartridge or their ink and toner is running low, tell them why they should call you guys.
Well, first of all, we can save you guys a lot of money every single month. Plus, every product that we do has a 100% guarantee, so it's a win-win.
Yeah, I love that. And then you take that and go to the next step. Matt is a founding sponsor. We call them legacy sponsors of the Extreme Customer Service Directory and the Experience Pros radio show. And it's because you offer that incredible service. You still in the delivery business, mister?
Yes, we do. We travel quite a bit.
Yeah, taking care of your customers by delivering those ink and toner cartridges so they don't have to interrupt their business day.
Absolutely. Matt, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
It's always the best way to get a hold of us is to give us a call at 303-781-2076.
Give that number one more time.
303-781-2076.
And should people be in the middle of the city and just think, I've got to go meet that guy, where do they find your store?
You can always find us at 5176 South Broadway. We're at the southeast corner of Bellevue and Broadway, and you can't miss us.
I love it. Again, Matt, thank you so much for sponsoring the show, for being a part of our world. RMK Cartridge, it's where we get all our ink and toner cartridges. We wouldn't go any place else. Matt, we appreciate you.
Hey, thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Right back at you. That's Matt Skinner at RMK Cartridge, rmkcartridge.com, bringing the color into your world. We'll be right back with more positive business talk after these messages.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Get your payroll and employee paperwork done efficiently, effectively, and economically with Employer Essentials. Free up your time, free up your money, and let Employer Essentials help your business grow. They handle all of your payroll and HR needs at EmployerEssentials.com or call 303-734-9436. 303-734-9436.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
When you work from home, you run the risk of setting up a makeshift workspace in the corner or somewhere off to the side of your bedroom. It's not really a home office. It just happens to be your office at home. Let Helene's Designs help you create a productive workspace that transforms you from hobbyist into an innovative CEO ready to be featured in a magazine spread. Take charge of your home office and call Helene's Designs. You're the CEO. Make sure your home office looks like it. 720-233-7302. 720-233-7302.
Let's face it, you're stuck. Sure, your business is stable, but you've been floundering it even for too long. It's time to call Stephanie Scheller. Stephanie is a systems, business, and marketing coach who's helped over 300 companies improve their results by setting up systems and holding them accountable to trackable growth. Sometimes all you need is a fresh perspective and a little bit of accountability to break through to the next level of your success story. Call Stephanie today, 210-426-6956, and just talk to her. 210-426-6956. She can help. It's your business. Call today.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, It's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
Every day, hundreds, if not thousands of people are searching online for what your business has to offer. SharpNet Solutions can help you get found, just like they did for Vera at Lovebug Matchmaking.
SharpNet has really helped our business expand to 60 miles around our business. Being able to be seen online and being able to be seen through searches has made an enormous difference.
SharpNetSolutions.com or 303-900-4988.
Each year, high school students from around the world begin the adventure of a lifetime by studying in the United States. Academic Year in the USA, AUSA, invites your family to become a part of the adventure. To host a student or to study abroad, call us at 1-888-55-AY-USA.
Wake up with Randy Corcoran, 5 to 8 tomorrow morning on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you one way.
Eric Raymer's Illustrated Illusions.com.
Yeah, try and tweet that.
What do you think?
Eric Raymer's Illustrated Illusions. How many syllables
I don't
is
even
that?
know
How many letters
syllables.
in the alphabet is
Collect
that?
that up.
How many characters is that?
IllustratedIllusions.com, 26.
Okay, but
a lot.
it wasn't Illustrated Illusions.
Well,
It was
the website was.
Eric Raymer's Illustrated
How do
Illusions.
you choose a business name? I could have abbreviated Illustrated Illusions to ill.com, but that's just sick. You know, think about this. What's in a name? Everything. When it comes to small business success, the right name can make your company the talk of the town. The wrong one can doom it to obscurity and failure. What's in a name?
So what is that, 22 characters just in the name? Eric Raymer's Illustrated Illusions?
Characters?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, on Twitter.
there's
Yeah.
only 26.
Yeah, it was a long name. It was a long name. And then it was Eric Raymer's Assembly Magic.
Yes.
You liked your name in your name.
Well, it's because I wanted people to know that I was the talent. I was the one. You're hiring me.
Got it. I got it. All right. So, here's the thing. If it's your name and it's you and you're the talent, it's all about you, guess what you're tied to? Guess what you can never sell?
Cha-ching.
Guess what you have no exit strategy for? Guess what everything falls on you? Guess how, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we are here to help. We've got some ideas for you. If you want to change your name, or if you want to create a business and name your business, first step is, gosh, you can't go wrong if you hire an expert to help in the process.
Well, here's the thing. They're looking at it from an outside perspective. They aren't married to your name, obviously. They can understand how your business is going to be communicated in the community.
They can protect you by way of the trademark laws.
Right. You never want to have a name that's already been chosen. I think that was up with our name. We're like typing things in. Oh, that's taken. Type this in. Oop, that's taken.
Yeah.
Secretary of State, that's taken. Oh, that domain's already taken. What if we put the? What if we put Inc?
How about
Don't steal a name that's already out there that somebody else is doing all the marketing for.
Big problem. Ask the White House.
Yeah.
Right.
So make sure that it is available. But I think that's how we eliminated so many names off the bat, was they were taken, as many good names are.
Well, and the more your name communicates to consumers about your business, the less effort you have to exert in explaining it.
Yeah, Experience Pros. Are you a dating site?
I wish. No.
What does that mean?
Pros are creating a customer experience, but we have to have that conversation, because Experience Pros is not as intuitive as we make you visible.
That's a tagline.
Well, it could have been a name.
No, we make you visible.
It could have.
No.
Just saying.
No. No, a tagline is not a business name.
When when choosing a business name, keep the following tips in mind. Number one, choose a name that appeals not only to you, but also to the kind of customers that you're trying to attract. So, if you're starting the Badass Biker Company and you're trying to attract old grandmas.
Yeah, the name clearly says who you would attract, and it does have an element to it, because if they're going to repeat it, they're going to share it, they're going to talk about it, you want to make sure that it matches the demographics. So again, you probably have to start with that niche market. So much of what we do in marketing is starting with that niche market, including your business name.
You can even appeal to your consumers on an emotional level with the name.
Okay, I'm trying to think what company that appeals to me on Disney. Disney appeals on an emotional level, right?
Choose a comforting or a familiar name that conjures up pleasant memories, so customers respond to your business on an emotional level. You can do that.
I'm going to name my next business Bubble Bath.
Bubble Bath.
Doesn't that conjure up a fabulous, relaxing image?
No.
Oh.
I mean, maybe for you.
Oh, but maybe not for the clients I'm trying to attract, or I don't even know what the business would be.
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
For those of us who have to figure out which half of the body they want to freeze in.
I had a name before, like Peach Pit or something, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Don't pick a name that is long. Eric Raymer's Illustrated Illusions. Don't pick a name that is confusing.
I would love to give the example, but I don't want to make an example out of somebody who's in our local community in the Denver metro area.
So pick a name.
A very confusing name.
There are lots of confusing names out there. So think about this when you're picking a name. What does it look like in neon?
That's great.
On a big billboard or in neon.
Even more important.
What does it sound like when people talk about it? When you're doing radio commercials, when you're being introduced to an audience as a speaker or as an award winner.
If it's a homonym with a different word, beware.
Just how does it look and how does it sound if I didn't see how it was written?
Yeah.
Can I find it? Is it confusing that way? Stay away from cute puns that only you understand.
That's me. Oh my gosh, I love the cute puns, but I'm usually the one having to explain the pun.
And don't use the word Inc. after your name unless your company is actually incorporated.
I agree with that. That's a Fox Pass.
Excuse me?
FAUXPAS.
Yeah,
it's a Fox Pass.
Yeah, it's actually poor business etiquette. So Inc. is you only get Inc. if you've incorporated your business name.
There you go. All right. Get creative when choosing a name. Don't be afraid to come up with some cool stuff.
Well, there's been some. You have to get creative because here's the thing. Almost every existing word in the language has already been trademarked by somebody, right? So when singular came out, do you remember singular with the C?
Yes.
C-I-N. That was one of those. They created it. Had to go, there's a lot of companies now with X's and Q's. And,
right.
Because we're getting to the end of the alphabet, right? Or those lesser used letters in words. And so we're creating new words. And so you can take two words from, different Latin words that mean things and make up a new word that is meaningful and unique to you. One, you don't have to worry about trademarking. You don't have to worry about somebody else using it in another part of the country. Make sure that once you've got your name, you do trademark and register your name, especially if you created something brand new. But know that even though it's a brand new name, it does have a perception, and making sure that the perception of the new name. So do some beta testing, some test markets, and get a feel for how do people respond to when they hear this brand new word. Test it.
That's such an important piece. And then finally, once you narrow down to 4 or 5 different choices, they've passed all your tests. Now you need to make a final decision. Recall all your initial criteria. Which name fits best your objectives? Which name most accurately describes the company you have in mind and appeals to your audience the most?
Yeah, they say doodle an idea of what each name will look like on a sign or on a business stationery. Read each name aloud, paying attention to the way it sounds. If you foresee radio advertising or being introduced or telemarketing in your future, keep all the criteria. Here's how we came up with Experience Pros. We did all these little Google searches and Secretary of State searches to find out what names were available. And once we found something that was good, we went that day, We didn't test it. We didn't doodle it. We didn't look at it. We just went to the Chamber of Commerce and said, here's our new business name.
Yep. And we bought that on GoDaddy, and then
and just went forward.
Here we are.
And so there it is. You're stuck with it. And so, spend a little more time making sure you've got the right business name that will match your brand and will allow your brand to grow into a household brand.
Do as we say.
Not as we do.
All right. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, Angel's going to talk to us about the soothing nature of colors.
And bubble baths.
And bubble baths.
Maybe not.
And peach pits. Next on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Women-owned businesses are on the rise, but where do you go when the bank says no? Ladies, you know it's tough to secure the capital necessary to launch or develop a new business. You need to know attorney Steve Replin of the Replin Law Group. Steve specializes in helping women secure hard money lending when no one else will step up. You have an ally in Steve Replin. He has the knowledge and resources to get you the money you need to grow your business. Call Steve today. It's Money in the Bank, your bank. 303-322-7919 or replinlawgroup.com.
Computers. We can't live a moment without them. My friend sent me an email recently saying she was having 99 problems and 97 of them were because of email and technology. I hate it when it doesn't work, but I'm stuck with how to get past the lockups, the slow retrieval, and lost data. This is what Binkley IT specializes in. All your computer quirks and hang-ups. They'll take care of you, and often they can do it remotely. Call our friends at Binkley IT and solve your IT puzzle one piece at a time. Call 720-254-1057, 720-254-1057. And if your computer is still working, look them up online at binkleyit.com.
The Extreme Customer Service Directory is the go-to place for finding the companies who have the best customer testimonials. Plus, to make it even easier, we narrow down the field to only 3 companies in your area. If you need a printer in the metro area, we have it. If you need ink and toner, we have it. The Extreme Customer Service Directory is one of the most visited directories in the state, and it's all yours to view for free at experiencepros.com. Experiencepros.com for the best in customer service. When you're looking for the best, think Experience Pros. You can feel good about doing business with the pros.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706 or visit rivierafinance.com.
As a business owner, you know what it's like to wear a bunch of hats, and we know it too, which is why our very best advice to you is to outsource your accounting to By the Numbers Bookkeeping and Accounting. Philip Aronoff is well known to listeners and members of the Experience Pros Network. He was voted the best bookkeeper in the state of Colorado during the Fan Braggin contest, and he can absolutely help you build your business while making sure your accounting is all taken care of. Call Philip today and take that bookkeeping hat off for good. 720-837-0860. That's 720-837-0860.
I remember the moment. I'll never forget that moment. As long as I live. As long as I live.
Several of us were working to rescue a family. The house collapsed on top of the cellar door and trapped them.
We had to use Humvees and heavy machinery to move massive trees and debris.
We got them out. We helped a lot of people out. It felt good to know I could really make a difference.
Because I'm a citizen soldier in the National Guard.
Be there the moment your community needs you. Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Colorado National Guard, aired by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and the station.
Dana Lash, tonight at 8 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Are you motivated by color? I'll bet you are. You may not even know it.
Well, we found a great little article on Buffer Social talking about the science of colors when it comes to your marketing. When we talk about your marketing, we're talking about your logo, we're talking about your website, we're talking about your apps, even the color of the button you choose for the buy now, click here, sign up has a play on how people react to it.
Well, I'm going to be checking your color, your wherever you found that, what was it called, Buffer Social?
Right.
We'll be checking it against the True Authority.
What's the True Authority?
The Yahoo.
Oh, the Yahoo?
Yeah.
The Yahoo talks about which colors you should use for marketing? All right. Well, so it starts out talking about why is Facebook blue? And I think it's really funny. We talk about how we named Experience Pros and you know, the whole science behind it, not.
Yep.
According to the reason Facebook is blue, the reason is simple. It's because Mark Zuckerberg is red-green colorblind. So blue is the only blue is the color that Mark sees the best. So that's how he picked it.
That's an interesting. Let me give you what the Yahoo says about blue. Blue is relaxing, soothing, makes us feel more spiritual and centered. It's intuitively chosen for bedrooms for just this reason. And on Facebook, it improves productivity.
They say it's best for medical, scientific, utilities, government, healthcare, high-tech, recruitment, legal, in IT, dental, and corporate offices.
And blue is considered to be a clean color.
It is, and it builds trust, and it shows dependability and strengths. And so some companies that use the color blue are Vimeo, Oral-B, Walmart, IBM, Oreo, HP, American Express, Lowe's, Dell, JP Morgan, Twitter, and of course the Facebook.
Oh, you mentioned Lowe's. We'll get to another color here shortly.
Okay.
All right, go.
All right, so talking about black.
Oh, black, all right.
Black, they say, actually shows luxury. It's often used for luxury items, which I think is interesting. It shows balance and calmness. It creates balance and calmness, and it's powerful and sleek and ideally used to market to luxury items. And yet, they also say it's best for construction, corporate, oil, financial, fashion, manufacturing, cosmetics, marketing, and tradesmen.
I disagree with what the Yahoo says here, so I'm not really going to go into great detail. It says black is not a color, it's the absence of color, just like white. Wrong. You just got disqualified. All right, go ahead.
All right, so I'm looking at Nike uses it, Puma, Honda, Times, Apple,
all right.
And some others have are using black or the white as well, black and white in there.
Good enough.
Okay, how about green?
Green, all right.
All right, green, they say, is peaceful. It for growth and health. Also associated with wealth, the easiest color for the eyes to process, and it's used to relax in stores.
Yahoo agrees with your assessment. You may proceed.
Yeah, best for medicine, science, recruitment, ecological businesses, tourism, and human resources. Some of the companies that use green are BP, Tropicana, Whole Foods, John Deere, Starbucks, all that peaceful and health environment.
Yes.
So, and it stands out as more relaxing too, and so we can see and just being more environmentally friendly as well.
When it comes to the, you mentioned even the buttons that we choose.
Right.
You know, many people use green because it's a purchase color. Use that, but in fact, if you use a different colored button, you may be more surprised, pleasantly surprised with the outcomes.
Absolutely. So there's a couple different colors you can use for your buy buttons. Orange, they say, creates a call to action in subscribing, buy, or sell, that is the most popular and best color to use for your click, buy, or purchase now buttons is the color orange.
Oranges are warm, welcoming, and vital, and they also tend to improve appetite. No wonder.
Also, the red color increases your sense of urgency, often seen for clearance in clearance sales. And there was an A/B test done for a company called Performable, and they did a result. Should they do their get started now in green, which is very friendly, growing color, or do it in red? And their experiment turned out that the red button outperformed the green button by 21%.
Wow.
Everything else was the same on the page. It was identical except for the get started now color.
Red also makes people lose track of time and also stimulates appetite. It's used to represent passion and lust. I must push that button.
All right. Well, so here is the color emotion guide.
Oh, nice.
So
Yellow.
Yellow.
Creates optimism, clarity, and warmth. And we've started doing a lot more with yellow since we started working with Printing Done Quickly, doing some stuff for us.
Indeed, but you can't go overboard on the yellow because it increases eye fatigue more than any other color.
It's optimistic and useful, often used to grab the attention of window shoppers.
Yes, and it sometimes upsets babies.
Oh, all right. Well, Best Buy, Hertz, McDonald's, Subway, Shell, Sprint, Nikon, they all use yellow.
All businesses for adults, not babies.
Orange, if we said it was friendly, cheerful, and confident. Also, the orange helps to create that call to action urge. So companies that use that: Payless, Amazon, Nickelodeon, Stars, Harley Davidson, Shutterfly, even. Oh, so friendly, cheerful, and confident.
All right.
Red, excitement, and bold. Also that sense of urgency that you see in clearance and sales. Kmart, Coca-Cola, Target, Ace Hardware, Lego, Avid, Dairy Queen, Nabisco. They all use red for their major color.
All right.
Purple.
Purple.
Right.
I'm interested on this one.
Purple, used to soothe and calm. It also is often seen in beauty products and anti-aging products. Purple is for the creative, it's for imaginative and wise companies.
And it is also related to insanity.
Really?
So says the Yahoo.
Insanity.
Yeah, it's the color of royalty, ambiguity, confusion, and morality. How about that for a mix?
Okay, well, Taco Bell, Cadbury, Hallmark, Welch's, Barbie, Yahoo,
Knockout Performance,
Sci-Fi, they all use purple. All right, blue, we talked about trust and credibility. Also, when you have blue as your buying button, creates the sensation of trust and security. So for banks and businesses, having a blue buy or click here button is better for those types of institutions.
All right.
Green, we talked about green, but having that, it's easiest to process, easiest for the eyes to process, so opposite of yellow.
You know, like
Balance.
256 shades.
Yeah, balance, neutral, and calm.
Oh, all right.
But you should not use gray as a buy button.
No, it's studious, ambiguous, and bare. So not really that call to action color that you're looking for.
No, you can use it. It's powerful and sleek. Or actually, if you use black, powerful and sleek, used to market luxury products. So if you got luxury products and you want to be, don't use gray, use black as your buying button.
And here's one that came as a surprise to me: brown. Brown, again, not a great button color on your
No, not a good
website.
button color, but pink.
Do you like?
Pink is a good button color.
It is?
Actually, I don't know. It's romantic and feminine and used to market products to women and young girls. What would brown be marketing?
Brown is security, credibility, and reassurance. So if you have brown tones, it's soothing and comfortable.
I love brown and pink polka dots, like things that have the brown and pink combination. My husband, for our wedding colors, when we were engaged to be married, we were talking about wedding colors. He was teasing me because I wanted like purple and teal at the time.
Yeah.
He wanted brown and pink, and I thought that was hideous because I was not into brown. I thought brown was icky.
Back in the day.
I've now grown into brown. I've grown up. I like brown.
Way back in the day before you were born or close to it, when I got married, my colors were maroon and pink. Yes, that soft pink. I wore a pink cummerbund.
It's like, what was it? Steel Magnolias. Was it mauve and blush? Pink and another shade of pink.
Yeah, right. All right. Wow, it's great stuff. There's some psychology there that goes along with it. Call to action. You might want to go through and change your button colors.
Just test it. Do some A/B testing and see. Do you get more results just by changing the color of your call to action button?
Okay, and you never know. And it's actually, you can let the experts guide you, and you might find that you are pleasantly surprised with the upgrades simply on a change of that color.
I think so. I think it's kind of fascinating what people will respond to. And so, we often think, okay, these are the colors of my business, and so everything has to match the colors of my company, which that can be your overriding theme for your websites and your apps. But you can just changing those call to action buttons can have a bigger result in getting people to play with you.
I think it's brilliant. Thank you for bringing it, and thank you to all the contributors and support of the Experience Pros Radio Show today. We loved the show. It was a great great conversation about how to get nothing but the best in your business. Don't forget to check all the events coming up in business here in the Denver metro area, as well as up north in the north side, Loveland and beyond, at experiencepros.com. And please vote for us to win that Super Bowl commercial. We've tagged the voting process. It's literally 2 clicks and you're done at the top of our Facebook page, facebook.com/experiencepros. On behalf of Charlie, our producer, Angel, myself, and all the people that make the Experience Pros radio show happen every day, we say thank you for tuning in. It's Fan Braggin' Friday Eve. See you tomorrow.
This has been the Experience Pros radio show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
I'm Lex Friedman. I run my own business, so I know